Hey, y'all out there. It's Bill Kelliher from band Mastodon. How y'all doing? We're here at Reading Festival, and we're talking about 5 characters from Star Wars and what I think about them. So if you care to know what I think about them, then you're going to want to watch this. I liked Darth Vader kind of before. I mean, Darth Vader is an evil Sith Lord, you know what I mean, who has no mercy for anyone. He's just genocidal maniac, you know what I mean? And he'll kill anybody to get what he wants. And doesn't matter if he's destroying an entire planet of people or, you know, using his lightsaber to kill Obi-Wan or whatever. You know, I think he's a badass. What kind of ruined it for me is the prequels, when you kind of see like that stupid character who played him. Like, it kind of dumbs him down to me. It makes him he doesn't seem as evil anymore. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of problems with the prequels. Like, before I saw the prequels, yeah, Darth Vader is a fucking badass dude. I mean, yeah, as an adult though, it's like, well, how does he fight so well? All that fucking crazy helmet on and a cape. How does he see? You know what I mean? It's got to be cumbersome. But I guess if you look at knights back in the medieval times, they kind of had the same stuff on. So, I mean, he looks cool. Like the concept art for Darth Vader's helmet and, you know, all his chest piece, all the little buttons and doodads and stuff like that. I mean, he's cool. He's an evil dude. I was afraid of him when I was a child. You know, he could sense fear, you know, like a shark smells blood in the water, you know. You know, he'd just be like, oh, I sense the presence of whoever, and you could just tell that you're like within 100 miles of where he is. So I thought that was cool. He's a great character. He's awesome. Oh, Han Solo is my favorite. When I was a kid and we played Star Wars all the time, I always wanted to be Han Solo. I didn't want to be Luke. I was like, fuck that pussy ass Luke. I want to be Han. Han's fucking cool. Han's gonna get the chicks. Han, he doesn't follow any of the drum of anyone else. He's like, he sets the rules. He's like the alpha male dude. Like, he's got the Millennium Falcon and a super cool sidekick named Chewbacca, who's like a 11-foot tall pet. You know what I mean? Like bear or whatever. So yeah, he was always my favorite. I mean, Harrison Ford in general, as an actor, when Indiana Jones came out, I named my firstborn son Harrison after Harrison Ford, who he just turned 12 yesterday. So yeah, happy birthday, Harrison. R2 is super cool. R.I.P. Kenny Baker, just passed away. If I had to choose between R2 and C-3PO, R2, of course. He's just smarter. And, when he plugged his little electronic penis into the Death Star mainframe and got, opened up all the prison block cells and turned, did all that kind of stuff, he's a pretty intelligent guy. Yeah, he's got a good attitude. He doesn't take any shit from anybody. Yeah, it's a little shocker for Salacious Crumb there. Kylo Ren, again, like, when I first saw him, I was like, this dude's pretty fucking badass. But as soon as he took his helmet off, I was like, oh, God. It just ruined it for me. Like, they shouldn't have taken his helmet off. No, they just maybe should have left it on. I mean, I know Han Solo needed to, like, talk him down, and he's his son and everything, which is kind of hokey, to say the least. But even my wife, she's not a Star Wars fan, really, but I took her to see it when I went to see it for the second time. Her first time, and as soon as he took his helmet off, she's like, in the movie theater, she's like, oh my God, it's the guy from Girls, the TV show Girls. She's like, I can't believe it's that guy. That guy's a fucking dork. And I was like, oh, great. I'm like, yeah, He kind of looks like young Marilyn Manson or something. That's what I thought. He just doesn't look evil enough. He's got to be like, I don't know. He's got to have like black eyes and like, you know, fucking missing half his jaw, or just like look like a tough guy, like a big somebody who's been training, and like Carl Drago or somebody, you know, somebody fucking tough. But he's not. But what are you gonna do? I like the movie. It's just Kylo Ren. He was a badass. I mean, he is a badass, but I think it's just the character is too light to be such an evil dude. Nothing against the guy who plays him. It's not his fault, but it's good for him. He's got a great character to play and everything. But if I were picking people, I would pick somebody who was just like ugly and like mean, and you know, like Han Solo's son would be, like a selfish fucking braggart. Yeah, space pirate, exactly. Yeah, I mean, he's badass too. He was a little scary. I guess when I think of him, I always think of the death scene, and it was kind of hokey as well. Ah! I mean, I'm glad, it was cool that he killed him at the end, because it showed that there was good still left in his heart or whatever. But it was just kind of a hokey death. Like, he's the emperor. He's like above everybody. He could destroy you with a flick of his fingers, and you threw him down the shaft or whatever. Just picked him up. He's like, didn't know what to do. Ian McDermott. Yeah, he was conniving, like I guess if I think back about the prequels, which I did not like, he actually had a good role. I guess his role was cool. He just played who he was. He's this slithered through it, exactly. I never really thought about him and his part. I mean, I did watching it, like, yeah, he's the Phantom Menace. Like, he's the evil dude that everybody trusts, and he's getting everybody to fight each other, you know. He's like the ISIS. Yeah, like a proper politician, exactly. He's got both sides covered, his best interests, and lightning bolts that shoot out of his fingertips.